Listen, this is not a hype speech. This is a warning, because there comes a moment when a man says no more. No more fear. No more excuses. No more living small. He smiled while starving, laughed while bleeding, joked while the world tried to break him. But don't mistake that smile for weakness. That smile was hiding pain, too heavy for words. He watched people he loved fall. He watched dreams burn. He watched the gap between who he was and who he needed to become grow wider every single day. And still, he kept moving. Not because he was fearless, but because stopping hurt more than fighting. There were nights when his hands shook, when doubt screamed louder than hope, when quitting felt reasonable. And that's exactly when he clenched his fists. Because a man who has nothing left to lose is the most dangerous man alive. He didn't ask the world to understand him. He didn't ask for permission. He chose his path and paid for it with blood, sweat, and silence. So tell me, how many times will you fall before you decide to stand for real? How long will you keep smiling on the outside while dying inside before you finally say, no more? Comment one word: quit or fight. Part 2. Narrator only. Luffy inspired. You see, the world doesn't crush you all at once. It does it slowly, one loss at a time, one betrayal at a time, one promise broken at a time. People looked at him and said, "You're too stupid to win. You're too weak to survive. Dreams like yours don't last." And for a moment, those words sank in. Not because they were true, but because pain has a way of making lies sound real. He lost battles he believed he should have won. He stood up, bleeding, while everyone else stayed down. He laughed through tears, because crying wouldn't change a damn thing. There were days when his body begged him to stop, when every bone screamed, "This isn't worth it anymore." But then he remembered something. He remembered the faces counting on him, the promises spoken with fire in his chest, the version of himself that would never forgive quitting. That's when he understood. Strength isn't about never falling. Strength is standing up, even when your heart doesn't want to, even when you're scared, even when you're alone, even when the finish line feels impossible to see. That's the moment a boy becomes dangerous. Because pain didn't break him, it sharpened him. So ask yourself, how many times have you told yourself, "I'll try again tomorrow," and never did? How long will you wait before your pain turns into power? Comment. Still down or standing up? Part 3. Narrator only. Luffy inspired. Listen closely, because this part hurts the most. There comes a moment when effort isn't enough anymore, when trying hard still ends in failure, when you do everything right, and life still takes something from you. That's the moment most people give up. Not loudly, not dramatically. They give up quietly. They smile in public. They joke with friends. But inside, their dream is already dead. He felt that too, watching someone he loved fall. Realizing strength wasn't enough to save them. Understanding, too late, that courage doesn't make you invincible. That pain didn't scream. It went silent. And silence is dangerous. Because in that silence, a voice appears and whispers, "Why keep fighting? What's the point? You already lost." For the first time, his will cracked. Not his body, not his fists, his belief. And when belief breaks, even kings collapse. But here's the truth no one tells you. Rock bottom isn't the end. It's the place where lies die. No expectations, no ego, no pride. Just one question left breathing in the dark. Do I still want this, even if it hurts forever? That question decides everything. So tell me, when life took something from you that you can never get back, did you let it end your story? Or did it become the reason you keep going? Part 4. Narrator only. Luffy inspired. After the fall. After the tears dried. After the silence stopped screaming. Something dangerous was born. Not rage. Not revenge. Resolve. He finally understood something most people never do. Strength isn't about never losing. It's about choosing to stand again. When losing already broke you, pain didn't disappear. Fear didn't vanish. The scars stayed. But now, they had meaning. Every loss became weight on his back. Every failure became fire in his chest. Every doubt became fuel. He stopped asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and started asking, "What kind of man do I become because of this?" That's when everything changed. He trained not to win, not to prove anything, but so he would never be helpless again. Not for his dream, not for his people, not for himself. Because there's a difference between wanting a dream and carrying the responsibility to protect it. Most people want freedom. Few are ready for its cost. Freedom demands sacrifice. Freedom demands pain. Freedom demands you keep moving, even when your heart is heavy. And he accepted that price. So now I ask you, will you keep blaming the pain for who you didn't become? Or will you let it shape the version of you that nothing can stop? Part 5. Final strong ending. Luffy-inspired vertical bar narrator only. Listen carefully, because this is where excuses die. He didn't become strong because the world was kind to him. He became strong because the world tried to break him first. Every punch he took, every time he fell, every time someone laughed at his dream, it all asked one question: will you quit or will you rise? And he answered without words. He stood up, with shaking legs, with a bleeding heart, with nothing left but belief. Not belief in power, not belief in fate. Belief in himself. That's what made him terrifying. Because when a man has nothing to lose, but still refuses to kneel, even the world steps back. He didn't promise victory. He didn't promise survival. He promised this: as long as I'm breathing, I will move forward, no matter how slow, no matter how painful, no matter how lonely. Dreams don't die when you fail. They die when you stop standing up for them. So now, this isn't about him anymore. This is about you. When life keeps hitting harder, when your dream feels stupid, when quitting feels easier than believing, will you run like everyone else? Or will you stand like a man who refuses to give up his freedom? Tell me in the comments. Are you still fighting or already giving up?